Joining us now, CIA Officer Gary Berntsen. Gary, you've said on this program that you want to send troops to Syria now and just get rid of ISIS, obliterate them. The question now is, with Donald Trump about to speak about military preparedness, could our military do what you want, go to Syria, kill off ISIS? Could they do it now?
The first thing that they would have to do is we'd have to have a deal with the Turks to place forces on that border, and it probably wouldn't take very long thereafter. I think if the troops at CENTCOM and SOCOM had their way, they could put together an operation in fairly short order and execute that under President Trump.
So we are prepared. I mean, the military has the capacity to do that as of right now.
They could do that in very short order. People didn't think that we could enter Afghanistan back in 2001 in very short order, and did that in about 7 weeks against a force that is much, much larger than ISIS, and in a landmass that was much larger. We were able to drive them out. Look, defeating ISIS over the long term is going to require a longer-term strategy, but the very first thing that has to be done is the caliphate has to be taken from them.
Okay, so in what areas is the United States military not prepared? In what areas has it shrunk, gone down in size and capability?
Part of the issue here is that the Obama administration has taken the Army from 54 combat brigades and is in a drive down into the mid-30s. I think that we're going to have to find that that is too small an Army. You know, the number of ships have been pushed down to roughly 420. There's discussions of what combat aircraft we're going to use, but another issue on this is just the size of it is the number of special operations troops that we have, and they've been worn out, a lot of them, over many, many years of war in a couple of places. You know, I'm talking about Afghanistan, Iraq, now a larger span across Africa. So we're going to have to increase SOCOM, the size of SOCOM. I think that, you know, your earlier question with David Malpass was, you know, how do you do this? And I think what you do is you reconfigure the types of forces that you have, you know, for the missions that are going to be ahead. A Trump administration is going to have to produce in the first 150 days a national security strategy. And in that document that's mandated by law, they will have to lay out both their short and long-term plan to deal with ISIS, and I expect fully they will do that. The Obama administration's only done that in 2 of the 8 years, and it's mandated by law that they do it, and they have failed to execute.
Yeah, but I'm thinking more in terms of the structure of the military and what type of military to fight what type of war. Seems to me that the military is still geared towards a major land war against another major power, whether it be Russia or somebody else. You don't really do you want a military like that these days?
No, I would tell you this, Stuart, that there has been a shift. And when you look at the size and scope of SOCOM, Special Operations Command operations, it has expanded rapidly over the last decade in size and scope. And some of those units are classified, some of them aren't. They're much larger, much more effective. There has been since 9/11, we have geared ourselves to a different type of warfare, but the problem is this current administration has not made the military, has been downsizing other components of the armed forces, and we need a military that can respond across a broad spectrum of threats, because not only do we have ISIS, but we've got to deal with, you know, issues of, you know, China, you know, Russia, you know, threats, global threats. Well, it's a heavy lift for the U.S.
Gary, when Donald Trump speaks, literally 10 minutes from now or thereabouts, do you want him to say we need more manpower, we need more military equipment, we need more battle carrier groups, we need more aircraft? Is that what he's going to say?
What we need more than anything is a willingness to fight our opponents. We need look, our enemies know that they will be defeated by the United States on almost any battlefield. But what the United States appears to lack in the world is the will to fight. We need a commander-in-chief that has the will to fight, a will to stand up to our adversaries and spill blood if necessary. If you are not willing to do that, you're going to wind up fighting many, many battles in many places. And as much importance as there is on the gear, the equipment, the structure, the attitude of the commander-in-chief, almost like when Reagan came to power. When Reagan came to power in 1980, the Iranians released those hostages on the first day because they were afraid to be confronted by Reagan.
Gary,
this is the type of leader we're going to need.
Hold on for